have
On
not
this
played a
episode
part
of Candid Convos,
in what the previous black men have caused. Now, I said this previously, black men failed black women.
I think to the actual topic at hand, I feel like maybe the responsibility and task and work may be too great at this point, and people probably don't want to do the work. I that's where I'm
Okay,
getting
so Cole,
That's
so
to.
it.
Cole. So here's
Yes.
okay. So this is the thing. So then
That's it.
if that's the case, I say because I tend to agree with what you're saying. So if that's the case, why don't folks just say that? Just
Who gonna
say
be
I'm too
honest?
lazy. Just say
People is
I'm too
people.
lazy to get out here.
I said it.
People is
I said
people.
it.
Who gonna be honest?
I said it was
At this
over.
point, for
I said
some
it.
real reason, who gonna be honest? I don't know why. I mean, we didn't hit the wall every which way, every corner.
Yeah, I
The
said it.
only wall left is the truthful one. You still want to hit the other one next to it. I mean,
All right. Cole, I said it's over. I'm one of the people who said it's kind of over. I've said it all over and over again. It's kind of over. It's kind of done.
I don't understand. We not having honest conversations. You want to hide when we want to have a conversation. You want to deflect. You want.
Who's wait. I missed it. Who's deflecting? Were you saying who deflects?
People
You
I be
saying me?
interacting with.
Wait,
Coco.
I'm not saying
deflecting?
all. I'm not saying
Who?
all. I'm just saying for
Who we
me,
talking
when
about?
I be asking
Oh,
about
come
questions,
on.
I don't be getting no honest answers.
Hey, Miss
Who's
Coco,
that?
can I say this?
Go ahead, JR.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, the answer to your question, right? So, me, I am 29 years old, right? I have not played a part in what the previous black men have caused. Now, I said this previously, black men failed black women. I said it loud and clear. That goes back to I think Miss Cole's question or whatever she asked, like, yeah, that was probably the answer to that. Black men failed black women. And that's me trying to acknowledge and understand where black men went wrong. Like I said, I had no part to play in that, right? But by understanding what the black men done in the previous years and whatnot, right? I would say this to my mum. The black men of today are going to suffer in the hands of the black women of today. Why? Because black women eventually betrayed black men because black men failed black women. Now, it's a case of, yeah, who is going to be held responsible or accountable, sorry. Yes, it's going to be black men. Now, like I said, I am 29 years old. We, the young bucks out here, we have been speaking. We have been voicing the concerns of the previous, generations. We have been saying, hey, let's get back together and sort this out. So, if we're actually going to sit here now and answer the question I think that was just asked about who's going to use something or whatever it was, yes, now we turn to black women. Because black men had a turn of messing up the community, right? Now here go the black women. The black men have actually tried to improve the situation. But black women have gotten worse as black men have tried to improve.
What
That's
have
just...
black men did to improve?
Say again, sorry.
What about to say?
I was just hoping you can give me some tangible, like, what have black men done specifically to improve? Because I would ask the same thing of women, right? But women say, "Oh, I'm healing. I'm on a healing journey." I go, "Well, what have you done to actually heal this other than some waist beads and some goddess energy? Like, that's not healing. So what have you actually done to heal, right? Like, so I'm gonna ask the same thing of men, right? You guys said that you are trying to improve. So can you give me some tangible ways that you feel black men have stepped up in the attempts to improve?
Yeah, can you guys hear me right, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You had a little background. Go ahead. I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me properly, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. So when I say that black men obviously are trying to improve or better themselves or whatever, right? We're not trying to be like the men of the yesteryear. I always say, we don't want to be abusive. We don't want to be controlling. We don't want to be none of that. Plus, we want to be better men in terms of be there for our kids and make sure we are providing for our kids and have a better, overall better character. That's as an individual for me, right? For me. Now, in general, I'd say that the crime for black men has what decreased. It's still out there, right? But we're trying to improve on that. Um, all the numbers that black men, previously had, right? It's decreasing. Now we're still not there, right? Go on, Miss Coco. Go on.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
want to
no,
hear. I'm
that's the
listening.
report. Yeah. So I'm saying, in the metrics of the black men of the yesteryear, I think the black men of today are doing quite better. We don't have kids out. A lot of kids out of wedlock, even though we're not married. A lot of men don't have kids. A lot of men aren't going to prison. A lot of men are trying to be steady and hold a job or whatever it is. Now, can we improve on careers, choosing better options? Of course, right? We can always improve instead of just saying, "Hey, be an athlete or football or whatever it is." So, like I said, we know what we need to do to just get back to just the basic level, just the basic level. But like I keep saying, we know where our dads went wrong. But like I said, we had no part to play in what went wrong. But we said, hey, because the community has failed, sorry, the black men have failed, we need to do better. We are speaking to our counterparts. Hey, come back here, Miss Coco. They don't want to. They don't want to. I know. I ain't saying that. Hey, come back to us because we're perfect. No, they just don't want to come
Oh,
back.
come on.
Like I said, we failed black women. We want to do better. But in order to do better, like we keep saying, we need that connection, right? Let's work together. But what they betrayed us. But until they say, hey, you know what? Forget the government. We side with our black men. It forces that accountability back on the black man. Hey, we left the government for you lot. You can't fail us again. Because why am I asking you to leave that support only for me to mess you up again? That don't make sense.
Amen, JR.
I think that might be a part of it, though, guys. Like, I think that might be a part of it. Like, I mean, thank you for explaining that and breaking it down, JR. And I would have to agree with a lot of the points that you made. I would just say that I think that's part of the issue, though, right? I think that you have to understand that the women that you're talking about, you're saying your dads or whatever, but the women that you're talking about who experience this, I'm gonna say trauma because that's what they would call it. The women that experience this trauma or had these experiences with these men that have them in this particular negative mindset, they raised the women that you now have to marry or date or court or spend time with. These women are the ones that raised the daughters that you're dealing with, right? So remember, was it the last show or the show before last when I was like, a lot of trauma that women say they experience is not even their direct trauma, it's shared trauma. A lot of this trauma that women carry around, it's not even always trauma that they personally experienced. It's literally lived experiences from their mama, their aunties, their grandmas, their friends, their cousins, they whatever. And now all of a sudden, every man ain't ish. Now all of a sudden, men, they deadbeats. Now all of this, and they themselves may have not even had all of these particular experiences, but they're lived experiences from other folks. A lot of times it be their moms. It's their grandmas. And so now they're entering a relationship with you or a potential relationship with you, and they're bringing that, right? And now that's what you have to deal with, right? And I mean, honestly, I don't know what to tell you about how to fix that because, like you said, it's not necessarily your issue. You didn't create it. But this is the issue that we have, right? So, I mean, the truth of the matter is, I don't know how you repair that. If you're saying, which I tend to agree, that there were balls that were dropped by leadership, and I would like to think that leadership in our community was the male population. At least that's the way it used to be. And balls were dropped there. I don't know how you now corral women of this generation who also will say they weren't a part of the original problem. They weren't. How do you corral them now and get them to come back inside? How do you corral them now and convince them to have these conversations? How do you corral them now and say, hey, it actually is you? Like I'm saying, how do you corral them? Because we're at a point now where you can't say that to them because they're not going to receive it from you. I can't say it to them because they don't want to hear from me either. So how exactly do you have this conversation where you get the women to quote unquote come back inside? How do you do that?
You said it. You said it earlier. And it's going on right now. In America, DEI. They're not gonna feel as if they're better than black men no more. All of that stuff. The world's feeling back round as it should, right?
Man,
And I guess
DEI. Man, what-
Yeah, no, yeah, no, no,
they
no,
can't.
no,
they-
no, 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 no.
hey,
Stop the cap.
because as they say, hey, black men come and save us, right?
Man, you know that.
Shout out to JR.
Yeah, JR, man, he trying to spark it up, man. DEI ain't about
Yes.
to do that, man. Listen, Coco brings up a good. I'm gonna get this comment, then I'm gonna circle back to what Coco was just saying. Shout out to my guy Ju Griffin. He said, plus Coco, a lot of things that we are now calling trauma is simply just life. This current generation have to learn to deal with life, no matter how it comes. Okay, so this is pure facts right here. That's pure facts right there. Shout out to Ju Griffin for that comment right there.
Y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about that, okay? Because I'm going to go there because why not? The generation that came after me, I'm a millennial. The generation that came after me, unpopular opinion, trigger warning, disclaimer, y'all a little soft. Y'all a little soft. It's giving pillow. It is.
I mean, some people in
y'all,
our current generation
y'all
soft.
a little soft. That's okay.
Who raised them? Who
Let
raised them?
auntie,
Yeah.
let
raised them?
auntie, let
Who raised them?
auntie, let auntie go ahead and go on.
Oh my God.
Don't put me in the auntie category. That's okay. That's cool. I'll be auntie. Y'all a little soft. Y'all are in general. And I can literally say that. Like, it's y'all, this whole trauma thing, he's right. Like, some of the things that we experienced growing up, some of the things we lived through, some of the things we wouldn't even be saying, like, we wouldn't even be saying these types of things. Like, some of the stuff that is called trauma now, some of the stuff, that's why I said they would call it trauma. Like, they would say, like, girls are walking around saying, because I had this particular experience, it's trauma. It's trauma. Everything is trauma. That's why I said women are calling it trauma, and they didn't even live through it. They didn't even personally have the experience, but they will say they were traumatized. So you can feel how you want to feel, but to me that's soft. Like, how are you saying you're traumatized by something you didn't even experience? So you can feel however you want to feel about that, but yeah, it is soft. And do I agree that the parents have some bearings on that? Sure, like how you raise your kid matters, but at the same time, we can't act like society doesn't have a part to play in this. When every time you flip on social media, they telling you, oh, you don't have to take this and you don't have to take that, and you don't have to listen to people when they talk to you this way, and boundaries, and and feelings. Everything is about your feelings. Like, I don't know if y'all, maybe it's just my FYP. Maybe it's not yours. But everything is about feelings. Everybody in their feelings about everything. You can't say anything to somebody without them being offended. Every other day, people are getting canceled for just having an opinion. Like, I'm just saying, it's given that people have gotten so soft that they can't take any kind of feedback. They can't, it is what it is. So yeah, I agree.
Let me do this. I need to get right to this. So I'm coming straight to Cole, and then I'm coming over to my guy Herschel up here. So
Uh-oh.
Cole, I'm coming to you first. Point blank, no chaser. Give it to me straight. Speak for the ladies, because I know you can. Speak for the ladies. And I'm just keeping it a bean. I'm just gonna get right to it.
Mhm.
Do y'all still want black men? Keep it all the way to 100. We ain't gonna even play with it. Keep it
Yo, we
all the
about to
way to
chill.
100. No, I'm,
What? Come on, Carol.
no, it's all good. Well, you know, JR, he
Look,
want to see what's
let
up.
me
Go ahead.
log off real quick. Let me jump the call real quick.
You stare.
No, I'm just
I'm done.
saying. I'm
I'm
just
done with
saying. 'Cause
y'all. I'm
I
done
know
with
you.
y'all, by the way.
I know you in the market. I know you in the market. So I'm
I
just putting it
am,
out there.
Lord.
So just keep it real with me. Do y'all still want black men? Let's just keep it a buck. Keep
I
it honest.
I do, but like I explained, I honestly, truthfully don't know the type of black man that desires me. I don't know.
Oh wow.
So okay.
I
So you
said
saying
that.
that
I said
no,
that more than once at this point.
so you saying that, you know, in somewhat in general, the black women still want black men, but there may be some issue finding the one. Essentially, if I'm understanding what you're saying, finding the one that wants you. Is that
hmm
what you're saying?
hmm
Okay. All right. I understand that. Let me come over to Hirsch. Hirsch, keep it a bean with me, man, because I know you see a lot out here. Do the brothers, do they still want black women? Keep it a buck.
Heard that.
Yeah, I
Tell me
mean,
something,
so
man. Tell me something.
first off, I'm gonna speak for myself. Yeah, I do. I do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feel like the black woman is most relatable to me. You know what I'm saying? As far as things in common, cultural things, and just DNA. That's my opinion. That's for me. It's hard, but actually, and to be honest with you, it's hard across the board because a lot of other races are actually doing some of the typical things in this day and age that we are focusing on as black women that they do. They're starting to pick up on some of those traits too, and this is really difficult. There's a lot of immaturity, currently out here as far as women. But just for me, I think for most black men, at the end of the day, yeah, we do. I mean, we're naturally kind of like drawn to that. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that just certain things that's happening currently makes it a little difficult to approach that. And then so what happens is that I guess you would say I'm gonna use the word trauma. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of so I'm gonna use a black male for example. He has a bad experience, not even one, maybe a few bad experiences. So that trauma sticks with him, even though it's subconscious. He's not really outwardly thinking about it. So then, like, when he sees something else out there in public, then he sees another black woman come in. Automatically, probably in the inside, he's thinking like, it's probably gonna be the same thing once again. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go through the same pattern again, and it becomes like judgmental, not even realizing, not even knowing it, and then he starts getting attracted to other things, and he veers off, and then unfortunately, no, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, but then it may happen where he may find somebody from another culture, another race, ethnicity, and it's just by chance, you know what I'm saying, where they do the things he likes, and he goes to that. Now he looks at it as being like a sellout, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of dynamics, but for me, yes, I still desire and want it.
Okay. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Cole. I know you want to respond.
So you kind of mentioned, like, I guess maybe the comments or thoughts are internally about their past experience. No, at this point, they are said openly and loud. A guy will say to your face, "Oh, I don't want to date you because of XYZ." So I don't know
I'm
who
not
you
speaking
think
about those.
still,
I'm not talking
huh?
about. I'm not talking about those guys.
Okay, because I'm about to say the comments be kind of straight to the
Yeah,
point.
so
Like,
Because though any person like that does that makes a general statement like all people do this or all people do that or all women do this, all you can't really have a good intellectual conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not being fair. It's not being logical. So when those guys or women say that, so I'm not factoring them in. I'm talking about the people that truly, generally are just decent people, have logic, has common sense.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, holding it down for Candid Combos. Man, if you enjoyed this video, man, go check out this next one.